I know the words museum and cool don't usually go in the same sentence, but on this occasion I think they certainly can. Soviet architecture has always been criticised, and quite often with a fair amount of justification as well. But every now and then they pull out an absolute gem. So I'm trying to get up there, but that's kind of easier said than done because it's kind of walled off all along. There's probably one or two entrances somewhere. Now there seems to be a bit of an unofficial entrance here, and it's pretty convenient because look, it's right below. I should say this isn't a cheeky way of trying to avoid a possible entrance fee. I know if you enter from the city you've got to pay 20 som. I mean that's nothing, you know. But I believe if you enter from anywhere else you don't actually need to. But like I say, in my case it's just a hot day and I don't want to be walking around looking for an entrance if I can take a little shortcut here. And believe you me, they're going to mug me off in a minute, so don't worry about that. I'll explain a little bit more when I get on the flat. So that's quite a decent shortcut actually. As you can see, look, it just came straight up there. Otherwise I'd have to have gone all the way around there, and then all the way up there. It would have been a lot longer. If I was alone I wouldn't actually bother coming to this place, although it's cool, I admit, but it is one of the museums I believe, as well as quite a few in this part of the world, in the ex-Soviet Union, that still have a price and tier system. It's a throwback to the Soviet days, I guess, and unbelievably in this day and age, in this modern world, that practice still goes on. I've come across it lots of times in museums, and normally I don't enter on the principle because I think it's a kind of a form of discrimination, so I don't wish to encourage that. However, today, as I've got you guys with me, I thought you would find it interesting, so I'm going to swallow my pride and go in. Actually, that's the kiosk there. You have to pay the 20 som if you go beyond that point there. So if we stay here, we're okay. We can go for the museum. But like I say, still got to pay 3 times the price for being a foreigner. So you see there, if you're a local, you get in for 50 soms. But if you're a foreigner, you have to pay 3 times the price. I know, it's outrageous discrimination, isn't it? Okay, that was an absolute result because I got in for the local price. So in Kyrgyzstan there's lots of Caucasian people, you know, as an ex-Soviet republic, and I went in and I spoke Russian. I didn't say much. If I'd have spoke a lot, she would have told from my accent that I'm foreign, but I got away with paying the local price, the Russian price. So that's pretty good. And in fairness, you know, I am unemployed, so I could probably do with saving a few soms here and there. You see, so that's yet another advantage to looking poor. So they've got plenty of old stuff here. They've actually even got it in English. So in here is an old little cave thing called the Chilton, whereby if you're suffering any spiritual ills, depressions, anything like that, you can come in here and sit in here for 40 days without eating. Boredom might be an issue as well though, although it seems you can bring a book along if you want. Amazing really how you can just build a museum just out of what was a mountain. It's only a small museum, but certainly worth a visit if you're in Osh and if you don't mind paying the foreigner price. There's actually another museum as part of the complex all the way at the other end of the mountain. As Danny's not here to entertain me this time, then I guess I can just have a little chat with you guys. I think today will probably be my last day in Osh. I've been here quite a while now, and it's a great city, although over the past few days it has been getting very hot. I mean, being this hot in mid-April, I mean, I don't know what it'd be like in the summer, so you might want to avoid coming in the hotter summer months when it's 40 degrees. That would not be so pleasant then. And also, at the weekend when I was walking around in the evening, I observed that it was very dead and quiet. There didn't seem to be any form of nightlife or anything. So if you're a party animal, it might not be the place for you either. We had a great view of this mountain from the balcony of our hotel room. That Soviet hotel we stayed in, which is there it is. So this down here is the other museum that I was talking about. So we could try and check that out as well if you want. I made it down. So let's have a little look inside this one, shall we? So this time the woman on the entrance desk was a bit more perceptive, and she could tell from my appearance that I was foreign, so she automatically charged me the foreigner price. I then told her that, you know, as I'm employed, so could she do me a discount, and then so I got somewhere halfway, slight discount, so that's something at least. But I mean, the system is still unfair, because if a millionaire from Kyrgyzstan, a local millionaire, comes today, he's going to pay 1/3 of the price to get in as somebody from another country who might be a student, who might not be very wealthy, or who might be unemployed. So it just doesn't seem very fair to me. During the USSR I could understand it a bit more, when all local people, all Soviet citizens, were kind of poor. But these days it doesn't really make much sense, because in the capitalist world some people are rich and some people are poor, some people are earning good salaries, some people aren't. And that's regardless of nationality, of course. And what if I was working here and paying taxes and was a resident? Would I still have to pay 3 times the price just because I was born somewhere else? Osh is actually an ancient city, so plenty of old stuff around. Wow, this archaeology map hanging on the wall is huge, and it's done all by hand. Don't get that much these days, do you? Everything written by hand. And then look at this, the details. This is an excellent piece of art, and it looks like it's been carved out of a tree trunk. On the top is the famous worker and farm girl statue that's in Moscow. It's only really in museums that you can still find anything to do with Joseph Stalin, the leader of the USSR for the best part of 3 decades. Also, although he was not a dictator, you still don't see or hear anything of Gorbachev in the ex-Soviet Union apart from in a museum. Here's a photo of him here, with his famous birthmark airbrushed out.